Hey, what's up everybody? I have a special treat for you. We are going to analyze not one but two pages of somebody that reached out in the community and asked for help on the registration page and a split test because things aren't really going very well. And obviously if you spend hard-earned dollars on advertising, you want your pages to confirm. So I have here, I guess, which is the main page, or this is the main page, and this is the split test. Either or doesn't really make that much difference which one is what, because whatever I will be telling is applicable to both these pages. Now, every page has an objective, and everything that's on that page needs to lead to that objective. In this case, the objective of this page is to get registrations for a free workshop. So that's the main objective for this page. So everything that's built around needs to make sure that we maximize the end result of the objective, which is, as said, getting people to register. In general, headlines need to be throat grabbers. They need to get people's attention very quick. We are being bombarded, and there's some stats out there that say that we get anything from 60 to 80,000 different impulses or things thrown at us during the day to try to get our attention. And the way how the human brain works is we have to categorize and dismiss very quickly because we just don't have the processing power to stop and look at 60,000 impulses per day. It's just not possible. So this is where this attention grabbing, throat grabbing comes from, is you have literally less than 3 seconds time to try to penetrate through that wall that our brain has created to make sure that we don't get a system overload. And it's just enough time to try to get people to stop and think like, maybe out of all these impulses I'm getting, maybe this is something that I need to pay attention to. Let's explore this more. And a headline is there to create a slippery slope. The headline just grabs the attention to stand out just enough to be able to get them down to the subheadline and then deeper further inside the copy. That's something that came from Joe Sugarman. If you don't know who this gentleman is, please Google him. He's a master marketer from the last century, and all these old dudes, they know exactly what they're talking about. And anyway, the tactics that worked 50 years ago still work today, and they're all being used on a daily basis. So nothing of this is new. So create the slippery slope, get him to read the next line and the next line and the next line. Okay, now we're going to go more into detail now that you have a little bit of context behind this. So let's go line by line, and this might be unpleasant for the person that has asked this. Obviously this comes from a place, a good place, a place of love and a place to help you, but I do understand that if people that actually don't know, they start throwing massive rocks at your baby, and everybody obviously is proud of their little baby, so that is never fun. So please accept my apologies up front. This is in no way meant to be confronting or disparaging. I'm just going to give you my years of experience, and hopefully you can all learn from this. The word free is good. Free is one of the, and I have them written on my whiteboard here next to me, is one of the words that triggers us instantly. So free is always good, and it's being repeated. That's also really very good to say twice the same thing. Free workshop, no cost, time is limited. If you make a statement, time is limited, and that goes for any statement that you make, you need to keep it real, because otherwise it has no effect whatsoever, and in many cases the opposite effect. It might actually push people away because they will not believe you. Time is limited. In what way? So there needs to be then some sort of a descriptor here to explain why time is limited, or even put a countdown clock on there. This brings me to one of the things that is missing on both these pages. There is no urgency, there is no scarcity for me to actually click that button right now and take action now. Human nature is by default, we are lazy, because anything that takes effort is going to take energy away from our body. And although we're in 2023 by the time that I record this, we still have that that caveman mentality. We still try to conserve as much energy as possible, because back in the day we didn't know when the next energy source, meaning food, would come along. So we would do anything possible to conserve energy. Now we just open the fridge and there is a whole buffet waiting for us. But evolution, this like a couple of thousand years ago, doesn't go that fast. Like eventually that trait maybe disappears out of our instincts, but we're energy conserving creatures. Anyway, so you need to have urgency and scarcity because you have their attention. Now make them do what the objective is of this page, which is clicking the link. Now then we look at the headline, which is the main thing that most people see straight away. And here I have the biggest problem with, because headlines, they need to be unique. They need to talk about something new, something different. They need to create curiosity, desire, not for the product, because we're not selling anything here, but to create the desire to click the link to register for the workshop. And here, this is where this goes quite in the wrong direction, because there is no curiosity, there is no uniqueness, there's nothing in there that would entice me to click this workshop, because everything is being given away already. And nobody wakes up in the morning thinking, oh shoot, I really need to start me a recession-proof lending business today. So what this does, it's already talking about the product that this gentleman is going to offer, or the opportunity he's going to talk about, which automatically already pushes away the vast majority of people, and you've never even had the chance to present your solution to them. So the headline needs to be much more curiosity driven, and create that desire that like, maybe this is something I need to spend my time for, because I need to register and attend, and this is missing. To spit out a better headline, I leave that up to ChatGPT, but that's also the same problem with ChatGPT, is that when you ask it a question, it will answer. It doesn't necessarily give you the best answer, it gives you a answer. So research is still the most important thing that you can do. So I will have to research this gentleman, I will have to research his product to try to find the unique mechanism behind it, and then craft a compelling, curiosity, desire driven headline around that to pull them in the copy, in the page, and get that link. From what I'm seeing here, I see a bank executive, which is good. So we could go something along the lines of former bank executive reveals, and then something that just creates enough curiosity to get people to register, but not to give everything away. This might be, and I say might be because I don't know, it might be a good headline for the sales page that comes after the workshop, because then this gentleman, and his name is, I think his name is on the other page here. Let's have a look. Yeah, Mr. Jonathan here. Then he will have explained the opportunity already. But also for this headline, people have been beaten to death by now with making money from home. So again, this will be dismissed really very quickly as, yeah, it's one of those things that they've seen, heard before, that they're no longer interested in. How to earn up to 25k per month from home. This is not going to work anymore, not for the objective that this page has anyway. So let's go back. Actually, before we go back, let me get rid of this. It's a major flaw in here also. You see that there is an exit pop-up, which is great, but there's something terribly wrong with the link here. So always check and double check, and I'm not sure where the issue is, but I'm seeing it on my web browser here, which is Google Chrome, and I'm using an iMac. And let's see if this is the same on mobile. Okay, so let's click the link. Yeah, so it's the same on mobile, and I've noticed that it's exactly the same problem on the other page also. So this is going to confuse people because there's nothing there. I am trained to hover my mouse over that because I know the link is supposed to be there, but better to have that fixed. So we know now what the objective is. We know now that we have to create curiosity and desire to make them go like, maybe I should attend this workshop. So you need to create maximum curiosity and intrigue, and it's not going to do that with this headline, and it's also not going to do that with this headline. The subheadline is okay because it clearly says even if you don't have this or that, or without this or that. That's a good formula to use. But and here you give away a special license, starting money. Again, there are ways to make that more intriguing. And here, learn the secret from a bank executive who closed over $800 million in deals. There's nothing wrong with that. So this one you can keep, but I would definitely do something more on the rest of the page. And these bullet points also need to be rewritten. And what I'm missing also on the other page, at least here the name is mentioned, there needs to be authority building. Like, why should I pay attention to this gentleman? So your host, Jonathan Mills, but that should be something about your host. If his system has appeared somewhere, like for example as seen on, and you can have some trust icons on there, like ABC News or Fox News or any magazine, any appearance that there has been, that also helps with authority building. So that definitely needs to be in there. So when we're looking at this page here, we're having these, and he has 4 secrets here. There are just bullet points here with no secrets here. Again, this is not creating enough desire or intrigue. So that definitely needs to be worked on these to make them believable. You don't need thousands of dollars to start as a commercial loan broker. Again, it gives away too much. It knows like, it's about becoming a loan broker. And if this is for somebody, and you don't need any special skills or any special licenses, you might as well not dismiss people from the get-go that see this, I don't want to have anything to do with that. I'm not even going to pay attention. You don't need thousands of dollars to start. You learn how to launch your business with zero investment. So you can keep that, and maybe just, although it's still not great, but if you take that out, that's already an improvement here. You don't need experience, that's great. You don't need business contacts, that's great. You're not tied to a 9-to-5 schedule, that is also that's also great. Although it should be more linked to the desire of the avatar. What do they really want? And obviously these are things that I cannot tell you without having studied the deep desire of this avatar that might be attracted to this program. So it all needs to be buttoned up and tightened up a little bit more. So I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Always happy to look at pages, always happy to help and give you some feedback and some ideas to start split testing.